guys.
We kind of ask, what's it like, coaching against somebody familiar, that you know, because not a lot of coaches get to do that.
Yeah, we've done it so many times now. It's he's been there 10 years. So, he's got him playing this year. He's got a good team, real good team. Watched them 3 or 4 games, and when they're hitting threes. I mean, they're posting up too. They're getting something out of the inside game. But a lot of those guys are starting to play like he did when he was in college, and he was good. Referring to, of course, Rob Jeter, for those that aren't familiar with who we're talking about.
The rebounding numbers for your guys, particularly offensively, have been impressive. How impressed have you been with what they've done?
Well, I always find ways where they could have had 1 or 2 or 3 more. So, it's like talking about guys that are on a hitting streak, and then all of a sudden they go 0 for 12. Is it because you talked about it? Or somebody brought it up? So we approach every game the same way about how important the boards are. The boards tell a story. So we're always trying to get more than our fair share of that. A shot taken is a 50-50 ball that misses. Obviously the makes aren't 50-50, but so go get them.
Well, regarding footwork, especially for big guys, how much of it is you can teach really good footwork, post moves and things like that? And how much the kid just has to have it?
Well, you can get better because a lot of times for 12 years in school, they've relied on their length, on their height, and making people shoot over them to play defense, or playing in the middle of a zone if they're tall. Don't foul, don't bump people, because they're usually the top scorer or one of the top scorers for the other team. So there's a reason that guys come in a lot of times without the training because of their importance on the offensive end in high school.
Where's Ethan's footwork in terms of his development? Because I remember when I first saw him play, he was on the perimeter a lot. He was handling the ball for his AAU team, and you look at him, and it's like he's been in the post his entire life. Some of the things.
Yeah, well, you get to guard different people here, so it's not, you can't be one-dimensional defensively, like only guard perimeter guys or only guard post guys. So he's learned to guard both.
Offensively too, his footwork as an offensive threat.
Yeah, well, he never really was a three-point shooter. He never really was a jump shooter. I mean, he could hit 15 to 17 footers, and he still can, but his feel 10 feet and in's pretty good. How to counter off people's bodies when he isn't bumping knees. 3 of his walks against Syracuse were bumping knees with the defender.
It's hard to believe Rob Jeter's been there for 10 years now.
Yeah, I mentioned that.
Yeah, it's hard to believe.
I can't believe he's been there 10 years.
Yeah.
I think I started with that. Come on. Yeah. Anything else? I mean, I don't.
Sorry, I knew you mentioned it. I knew you said you were distracted by it.
Yeah, I mean, he was schooling Charlie Wills and the guys when he was here as an assistant because I had to use him on the scout team. And he was always Otto's best friend. For some reason, he never thought Otto made one good call when he was on the scout team.
Didn't Otto tee him up at one point?
I think so. Probably. But Robbie's pretty competitive.
Well, you've had so many games, I'm not sure how much you've gotten to pay attention to the rest of the Big Ten. Do you notice Michigan State's #1 and Purdue's up there? And
Well, I know they're doing well.
Yeah.
That's which is great for the league, which means we keep saying we're trying to prepare for the Big Ten, which I've said for 15 years here, 2 years at Milwaukee, and 15 years at Platteville. Because, that's where standings are kept, and that's where, you're always trying to be in that mix. And we've got a ways to go to match up with some of those teams, but we got a chance to get better if we just keep working.
Lockie obviously couldn't play in the postseason last year. Have you seen that affect their ability on the court at all? I know that's something that can affect recruiting over a long period, but 1 year after, is it affected?
No, this group is veteran group, and Arians is back, and there's not many guys in the country that can shoot with him from the perimeter. So they're a lot stronger than last year. We know that.
Any idea how Iverson is?
No, I won't know until I get out there. Should I do the whoa, 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 whoa? Don't ask about injuries. Don't ask me. I'm not allowed to say anything about injuries, and you guys know that. And that's the truth. I totally agree with his answer, with what he said.
You could be Mark D'Antonio from Michigan State and just say, we don't talk about injuries. That's all he says, ever.
I know. And you know I don't either. If you hurt your
I didn't use
hand,
injury, I just
if
went
you
out.
hurt your hand, hold your knee. Don't let the other guy know he got you. I use those phrases a lot. As a guy's bleeding, I say, hey, no. Don't let the other guy know he got you. And they look at me like, Coach, I think we could see that he got me. But anyhow, haven't seen him yet. We were required to take 2 days
What is
because of the schedule we were on. That was quite a run, and it's continuing tomorrow night.
How's your defense gotten better over the past couple of games?
Well, I don't know, guys. Little things in every area can add up to a difference. It isn't just one guy. It's reading and reacting to certain kinds of cuts, certain kinds of reads. But if you start to think that you're decent, that's when a team comes in and slices you up. I know our offense against Temple was something that probably surprised them after they watched this on game films. It was, I thought we executed pretty well. We took advantage of some things that they gave us. So that's what you got to do the next time out. It's that 40 minutes of trying to get one up.
I don't know how much NBA you get a chance to watch or pay attention to, but having coached against a team with Steph Curry on it, and kind of the way that the basketball world's kind of been keeping one eye on a guy like that. I mean, what do you pay attention to that? Do you see, a scrawny kid from Davidson is now the best player in?
Probably the only thing I've heard is LeBron signed for 3 countries and 1 small continent in a contract with somebody. Is that true? I don't know what the continents were, but
It's 2 countries.
or 2 countries.
Similar to your deal.
Yeah, sure.
Same ballpark.
Steph Curry, he was born scoring. He's just so natural, just so fluid. There we are with a 1-point game back in 2008, and Trevon Hughes couldn't go in the second half, which put us a guard short. And I tell you, we really struggled because you don't just say, for example, hey, Michael Flowers, you have him. You've got to run him off the 3-point line, run him into other people, and I really thought we had a pretty good chance if Trevon would have stayed healthy that game, but we couldn't use him in the second half, and that wasn't good.
Dad was a pretty good shooter in his own right, though, wasn't
He
he?
was a good player. Yeah, he was. Trying to think, when did he graduate from Virginia Tech? You guys know? The dad, obviously.
Late 70s? 80? Probably 80. Not that I would know.
He's looking it up. There you go.
We can carry on while
Come on, we're waiting.
86.
86?
He's 51.
Who was the real good player from Virginia Tech in 1995.
Bimbo Cole.
Ace Custis. Was it Ace Custis? Because he was one of the last cuts we made in 1995. Well, we had Tim Duncan and Ray Allen, Allen Iverson. It was a tough cut. He was pretty good. Ace Custis. How'd you know that?
I know.
Are you from there?
No. There's a lot of weird stuff rattling around up here. Bob Burchard got a 700th win this weekend.
Did he really?
Yeah. Sorry, that's a little bitch. Sorry. This weekend I just saw a little tweet or something about it. So
What, the guy from Scranton?
he's in Columbia College. You say he's on
Oh,
your
the
board?
guy
Yeah.
that's on the board with
Yeah.
me. I thought there was another guy started
No.
with him. Almost like that.
Yeah.
What's it? Not Cumberland.
Columbia.
Columbia.
Yeah.
Yeah. He got his what?
700th win.
No, he still has a long way to go. No, he's a good guy. He's good for the game. Bob Borchard, his kid is a trainer in the NBA.
Phoenix, yeah.
How about
Sorry.
that?
It's totally off track.
How come he knows all this stuff?
Yeah. Yeah. Good run.
Anything else?
All right, we good?
All right.
I'll be seeing that in my sleep.